Alright, so we are the club touring group. The genre that we selected was electronic dance music, also known as EDM music. And I mean, this has been a very popular genre amongst club goers, something as the name suggests you can dance to. You see the cities and venues before you. Um, we decided, or we made sure with every bar or club that we selected that they have hosted EDM shows before, so they have the proper lighting and sound systems. Also, to just make sure that the club goers are accustomed and actually like the music that will be played. We're not going to just go to some Western bar and play an EDM. It just wouldn't make sense. And then looking for clubs that have enough space. They have decent praise within their respective cities, as well as they have event slots that are open during the month of June. And then for the cities, focus on cities with somewhat of a nightlife or major universities that we can draw in college-age students. The mileage, Sacramento to San Francisco, 90 miles, might look like, potential cannibalism, but I think this area is so dense with so many clubs that this won't necessarily be a problem. And then with the rule of keeping the distance of 300 miles in mind, we stay around that or under that for our other stops for the weekends.
Alright, so my name is Zandy, and I did the managerial part of this project, and in this part of the project I found our market history. So just starting out with weekend one, in Spokane, there is not really anything scheduled before or after our event date that would be conflicting. Then moving on to Seattle, there are 3 electronic/dance DJs performing in the 30 days before and or after our event. This doesn't have a huge impact because Seattle has a really large appetite for this type of music, so we're not too concerned about that. And then in Portland, there are no electronic/dance performances before or after the 30 days of our event, just other genres, so that shouldn't have too bad of an impact on our event specifically. And then weekend 2 is going to be starting off in Reno, at the Lex nightclub. There's nothing scheduled 30 days post or prior to our event, so that is good for us. Then moving on to Park Ultra Lounge. At this venue, there is 1 DJ scheduled about 20 days before our event. We're forecasting that this has a slight negative impact on our event, but nothing too crazy. And then San Francisco, there are a few events scheduled 30 days post and prior, but nothing that is our genre, so we think that should not negatively affect us there. Now on to Bakersfield at Casablanca. There's nothing that should affect us there. Down to San Diego. Kind of a same thing, like not our genres. There's other events, just not our genres, so it should be good. And then Vegas. Vegas is an interesting one because there actually is a ton of electric dance music that is right around our event date, but it should not negatively impact our event because the nightlife that Vegas has, like, it should be okay. And then for our final weekend, we're starting off in Flagstaff. We are all good in Flagstaff. There's nothing around our date. Same thing with Tempe. And then in Tucson, there is just 1 DJ performing 28 days before our event, but that shouldn't be too bad as it's not too close to our event. And then lastly, our offer form I filled out for us here. And this is just kind of a general offer form for getting us going.
Our marketing plan will approximately cost $2,000 to $4,000 a month for each city. We'll use social media and online ads to capture people's interest in EDM, specifically focusing on those living in the cities that will host the tour. We'll display promotional posters in popular hangout spots throughout each tour city. We'll pay for a short-term billboard located where many people can see, maybe a highway, and preferably young adults. We'll run an ad or be sponsored by a local radio station that plays EDM/house music where available. We have a list of radio stations in each city that run that type of music, and our posters will cost 39 cents each if we have more than 250, and our billboards typically are $750 to $1,500 a month, or $1,500 to $2,000 per month for mid-sized cities. We won't be in large markets, so yeah, that will be our advertisement or our marketing plan.
So I did some of the slides that were pertaining to the promotional details of the tour. Starting with radio, I did find out that a 60-second radio spot can run anywhere from $20 all the way up to $750, depending on the audience size, of course. We do have three markets rather, that we would be going to that do charge the premium. That is Phoenix, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. But the nice thing is all of those stations have a 12 to 15 share in the ratings. And to give you an idea, one share point equals 950,000 listeners. So we would only have to run one or maybe two spots in those cities to sell out a show. From what it looks like with the size of our audiences, we would probably be averaging about $250 to $325 per 60-second spot. So it's not too bad, I suppose, for a 1-minute commercial. So that brings us to the signage. And if you buy posters in bulk, they're reasonably priced, and you can also get billboards for a pretty good deal in a lot of the towns we're going to, because they're not considered a large city. They're more like a mid-sized city or a smaller town. So buying posters in numbers less than 100 does get pretty expensive. I saw in some cases maybe almost $1 each. But if you buy them in numbers of 250 or more, you usually get a discount. And I found a pretty good deal for a company that does free shipping, and they'll do posters for as little as 39 cents each if you order 250 or more. Billboards are reasonable too. In a lot of the venues where we're going, the billboards would cost us anywhere from, say, $750 up to $2,000. In large cities, they're very expensive, but because we're selling clubs, we wouldn't want to throw down that kind of money for it, obviously. Digital billboards are pretty expensive, too. I found out they come to about $10 for every 7 seconds of play. So we would probably be sticking to posters around college campuses, bars that attract younger crowds, restaurants that attract younger crowds, things like that.
Our tour is going to cover 2 different regions of the U.S., meaning we need to be in contact with 2 different agents. The first agent at William Morris Endeavor we need to be in contact with is Anna Horowitz, who books EDM shows in the Northwest and Midwest, including our first shows in Washington and Oregon. After that, we need to contact Ian Wilkerson, who books for the entire Southwest region, including the rest of the tour in California, Nevada, and Arizona. The agent is responsible for booking the gigs, making sure the deal is legit, negotiating contracts, and most importantly, guaranteeing that the artist will be paid.